There's a phrase, two in the hand is worth one in the... No. There's a phrase, one in the hand is worth two in the bush. And so when you're too greedy and you hold on to the two in the bush, you end up losing both of them. It's 5 o'clock in the morning and I have this bright light in my face because I'm going to run club in about 15 minutes and decided to film a video with the time that I have. There's an opportunity on the table to sell a bunch of wood. It's a bulk sale. Now, these would be my best slabs of wood. So I'm diluting the batch potentially, but at the same time, it's all gonna sell. I know that. So, this sale could get me through the rest of the year. You know, it could pay for the drying of the rest of the wood and the flattening cost. It's a really good opportunity. I think the greedy side of me wants to take the most amount of money possible for this amount of wood. And it all comes down to understanding. What I had to do last night, because I was kind of shying away from it all day, is just put a board footage to it. Calculate how many board feet actually are in this log. That way, I can talk with the buyer and confidently say, hey, this is worth as much money. Holy cow. How am I sick out of nowhere? So the reason why I bring it up is that, you know, because my focus is not fully on woodworking and these slabs, then any amount of money is good because it keeps the 50 States Marathon Challenge alive. It allows me to focus on creating content. So I shouldn't be picky whatsoever. I should give this guy a good deal. You know, I should let him, and I will, take the figured slabs under the condition that he purchases 2 more logs. Because I want to keep them so bad. I really do. These would be fun to work with and build tables out of. But at the same time, there is so much wood out there, right? This is a project that I put my blood, heart, and soul, whatever the word is, blood, sweat, and tears into. I cannot be upset in the fact that I'm going to be selling wood. You know, I should have grieved at this. This is why you have to plan to the end from the beginning, right? If you're going to go all the way. Don't just plan like, oh, I'm going to buy the wood and then I'll figure it out. It's like, no. If I buy this wood and I get it cut, I'm going to fall in love with some of the slabs and I will have to sell them. And that is just the name of the game. There is no keeping all of these slabs of wood, right? Because if I keep all of them, well, then that's just a waste of money. I'm just hoarding at that point. It's a very difficult thing. I know it's kind of stupid that I'm talking about slabs of wood and my affinity to them. But when you spend a lot of money on a project and it's something that is really important to you, a lot of time, you have to really weigh your options and consider if it's a good idea. Now, what the enemy, the devil, evil, wants is for you to not figure out what you could sell it for elsewise. Well, if I were to sell it through a woodworking supplier, then I would make an extra $500 on these logs compared to selling it wholesale bulk straight to the guy because of the pricing. Like, that's just how it would come out, right? It's too much to explain all in one video, but like, if I'd make an extra $500, but it cost me $500, which, you know, basically over here I'm selling it unprocessed, over here I'm selling it processed, I'd have to pay at least $500 to process it. It makes no difference whether I sell it to him in bulk versus to a wood supplier after it's been processed. So then, you know, it makes you wonder, like, why would I be worried? Well, because over here, it seems like, because I'm not selling it processed, that I could be making more money. But realistically, it's a pretty good deal. As long as I'm getting the number that I have in mind, then it's the same thing as if I processed all the wood and sold it dry. unless I sold all of it on my own, which at most, let's say over here I could make $1,000, but then over here I could make $1,100, but then down, or like 1,500, let's say. Then down here I could make like 2,000 selling it on my own. But this one costs $500 more, and this one takes, a full year of time to sell everything. There's a time factor on the available money. And so if I could make 50% of what I can make down here, but 10 times faster, I could do it several times over. And it's way more than 50% of that final number. Is it? Yeah, it's like 55% of that final number if I were to wait and sit on it. But that's the thing, my 2 in the hand versus 1 in the bush. No, 1 in the bush, two in the bush versus 1 in the hand, right? 1 in the hand versus 2 in the bush. There we go. My time is not in woodworking. My time is in social media right now. And so then for me to sell this over here, even if I'm taking a discount on it, it gives me available money, available cash to focus on the social media and really make something out of it. Make YouTube videos, live out my dream of becoming a content creator. This weekend when I go to Nebraska, wearing just overalls, I can make a vlog of the entire weekend and post it on YouTube. I can actually start doing something with all the marathons that I'm trying to pull together. So I'm gonna call the guy this morning, and even though it's kind of gut-wrenching, I don't want to sell the 2 most figured logs, and I'm gonna tell him that. I'm gonna say, hey, I just want you to know, these are very beautiful. Like, these are the prettiest logs, and you're getting a great deal. And so because of that, I have a stipulation. I can sell you these 2, and I have to sell you 2 more, right? So if you want to buy 1 figured one, you have to buy 1 straight grain. And that's just a fair arrangement for a bulk order. And so then that way, I can move more than just those 2 slabs. It's a mutually beneficial thing because straight grain slabs still sell just as well as figured slabs, just to different customers. And on top of that, it's all beautiful wood at the end of the day. It's just what you can make out of it. But in order for me to sell my 2 most beautiful slabs, I'm going to have to add in 2 of the straight grain ones. And so then that's the 1 in the hand. It's guaranteed. I put in the stipulations that we do some negotiation. So he purchases, I make the available cash, even though I could have made a little bit more, right? That way I can keep the marathons alive and then actually start investing time into what I find important, building the 50 States Marathon Challenge, building out the social media side of things, making more daily videos, right? Making daily running videos, having a content schedule, figuring out all the videos that I'm going to post, coming up with scripts for them, filming that throughout the weekend, like actually having success and not just being, a part-time 1 hour of editing content creator. Like, make this a real thing and start getting paid for it as well because of sponsors and partnerships, affiliate links, and products that I make on my own. Having available cash would be insane, because that would allow me to really focus on the ideas that I have. I could make a pair of shorts, Zeus shorts, and wear them for the last 10 marathons of the year, or for 75 hard. And I could make a card deck with questions that I find important, and I could actually start having an impact on people. And during my daily miles, I can read out these questions and answer them, or during 75 hard for those videos. If I were to do that, it would start September 24th in about like 5 days. So it's perfect timing that this rolls in right as I'm, starting that shift in my life. And so am I worried that I'm not going to get the 100%, squeeze every profit out of it? No, because in doing that, it would potentially lessen my chances that I was actually going to be able to follow through in the marathon challenge. The most important thing that I do this year is that I maximize the marathons. If I'm going to be spending $30,000 to $35,000 running marathons across the country, I better make sure that I'm spending my money well. moving towards social media, or else there's no point. And I'm not even filming YouTube videos right now. So like, I'm not maximizing the opportunity that's in the hand. One in the hand versus two in the bush. One in the hand, that's the marathon challenge. So I'll cut my losses with the woodworking, make some money, and keep going with the marathons. Two in the bush, well, I have all these ideas, you know. Oh, but I could sell it on my own. Well, I could just make some tables out of it too. All these things take time, and it's time away from the thing that matters to me. This guy wants to become a full-time woodworker. I'm gonna give him a great deal on some incredible slabs of wood so that I can provide him with something to do his purpose, become an incredible woodworker. That way I can go out and fulfill my purpose, becoming an incredible social media content creator. And so I have to cut ties emotionally and just think about it from a numerical standard. The money is not worth giving up progress for the marathons. I could go out and buy more slabs of wood, even though like it pains me to say that. Like, yes, there will be other trees that will be cut down for homes to be built. I will be able to purchase other logs and do this whole thing over again. But no, I will not be able to finish the 50 States Marathon Challenge in 1 year unless I get these things paid for. So look, I'm gonna send him a text, tell him to come over. We're gonna go through the slabs individually. I'm gonna get him excited. We're gonna sell some logs, slabs of wood, and really start to enjoy and actually build a social media career. Because it took all of these mental checklists to get me to the spot to even post these videos, and then to understand what I'm doing wrong, and to actually start making strides towards doing things right, and then to post the videos on social media, and to do all these different things. Like, and then this is a big win. I get to actually talk about how a project that I have put money into has paid off, that allows me to do the marathons, that I've taken such a big bet on myself. I've gotten $12,000 into debt to run a marathon in every state. Not that anyone should do that. I think it's very stupid for most people. My circumstances, living at home with no expenses, allow me to take on a project like that. And then so be it. If I have to spend 3 months just paying it off after I'm done, yeah, I don't have any expenses. I could just sit down and work for 3 months straight and pay it off. That's the price to pay. It's a big risk, but guess what? Massive reward is in the bold actions. Be bold. Do something crazy, and make sure not to ruin your life. But at the same time, stretch yourself, right? It's got to bring you to the verge, to the edge, if you want it to really teach you something about who you are. And so this is me teaching myself that, look, this opportunity over here does not matter if it comes at the expense of this. If I was doing that full time, I could maximize that opportunity, but I'm not. I'm doing this. I make a decision today and take action. And that is what matters. Because the devil, the evil in this world, whatever it is, would want me to stay divided and lose both. But I shall stay focused and choose the one that matters, the one that I think God has destined me to do with my life. Become a social media content creator. Let's ride.